average person sleeps about a third of their lifetime. And if you're anything like me, that seems like kind of a waste. I mean, I have a lot to do. There's not enough hours in the day, it seems like. And it's pretty overwhelming. But before you start cutting down your sleep hours, I'm here to tell you that sleep is extremely important for everybody. And my 3 points are that 1, sleep helps to repair and rejuvenate your body. 2, the amount of sleep we get, 2, that lack of sleep or sleep deprivation can have serious health consequences. And 3, the amount of sleep that we get affects our performance of daily activities. My first point is that sleep helps to repair or rejuvenate your body. It reduces stress and enhances memory and learning. And this was found in a study conducted by experts from Boston's Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital in 2005. And what they did, they took 12 healthy young adults and they gave them lessons, finger tapping lessons, which is very similar to piano playing. And then they were tested 12 hours later. They were given a test in the morning, they were given a lesson in the morning and then given a test in the evening. And then they were given a lesson in the evening and then tested the following morning. And they did much better in the morning when they were tested. And Dr. Matthew Walker, who is the director of the Sleep and Neuroimaging Laboratory at this hospital, used brain imaging scans while they were given the finger tapping tests. And the scans showed different brain activity patterns after sleep. For example, the lower part of the brain, whose job includes controlling speed and accuracy, was clearly more active after the subjects had slept. And the more central parts of the brain, whose systems are involved in stress and emotions like anxiety, were less active after sleep. So it was concluded that sleep was the main factor of the participants' results. And my second point is that sleep deprivation can have serious health consequences. And a survey conducted by Harvard Health in 2006 found that 75% of us are not getting enough sleep, at least a few nights a week. And sleep loss can lead to health issues including weight gain, high blood pressure, and a decrease in the immune system's power. And I'm going to specifically talk about the weight gain. According to Michael Thorpe, who's the director of Sleep-Wake Disorders Center in New York, he says that sleep loss is associated with striking alterations in hormone levels that regulate the appetite and may be a contributing factor to obesity. So talking about hormones, the body's hormones have a 24-hour rhythm. And when you're not sleeping enough, these rhythms are distorted. And Joyce Walsabin of the Sleep Disorder Center at NYU says that when you disrupt your sleep, you're disrupting your hormones. You become glucose intolerant, you want to eat more, and your body can't metabolize what you eat as well. My third point is that the amount of sleep we get affects our daily activities. And the most important activity that I want to bring up, because I know we all do it, is driving. And according to the Division of Sleep Medicine at Harvard, 250,000 drivers fall asleep at the wheel every day. In a national poll that was released in 2008 by the National Sleep Foundation, 54% of adult drivers said that they had fallen asleep, that they had driven while being drowsy during the past year, and 28% of those people had actually fallen asleep during that year. And this causes a lot of accidents, which, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, drowsy driving is a factor in more than 100,000 crashes a year, which result in over 1,500 deaths and 40,000 injuries. But the National Sleep Foundation puts these numbers much higher because there's no test for the police officers. There's no breathalyzer to tell somebody was drowsy when they were driving. So they put the numbers much higher. So in conclusion, sleep is extremely important for everybody because it helps rejuvenate your body and it reduces risks of many health issues and allows us to perform our daily activities to full capacity. And sleep does take up a lot of our time, but don't think of it as a waste. Think of it as an investment for your well-being.
All right, the opening is fine. I thought that you clearly stated what your claim was. You've got an excellent outline of what the supporting structure is. I'm just not sure how much controversy there's going to be on some of these points. The lack of sleep or the necessity for sleep and the negative consequences of driving, for instance, while drowsy. I don't know that anybody's going to dispute on definitely the second 2 points. The first one maybe there'd be a little bit of argument on. The first point, though, you were relying primarily on the one study about people's ability to kind of learn. It's the finger tapping thing that you're talking about. I thought you summarized the study pretty well, but it does seem like it's just that one particular study, and I don't know how significant the results were in the differences between their performance. And being able to generalize on that, I think, is a little problematic. I think that your proof on this point is, it's adequate to explain the idea. I'm not sure it's sufficient to be convincing. On the other hand, on the third point, most of the data that you have there, I don't think there's a lot of controversy that driving while drowsy is problematic or that it accounts for a lot of accidents, and maybe that it's underreported. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what the controversy is there, but that's the place where you've got the strongest amount of data that builds builds your support the clearest. I think you do a very nice job talking to the audience. You have an excellent summary of your points at the end of the speech. I did think of a couple of questions while we were going along. I was trying to figure out why the hormones are on a 24-hour cycle, and I'm sure that there's a reason that makes sense, but it's never really explained. And that was one of the things that popped into my head. How do the hormones know what time it is? How is the body responding to these kinds of things? Is it the sleep deprivation that's responding to, or is it some cycle in the day, or is it the amount of sunlight that people get? I don't know, but that's just one of those little pieces of information that's in the background that suggests additional questions and maybe some places that could be developed more. All right, thank you.